Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane, and we are live at the Grand Champion Polo Club. Field number 5 today for our first game in the limited edition 12 goal. So we're moving up from the 8 goal, but remember, we were still the finals of the 8 goal on Tuesday. So you can join us. As today, though, we're playing 12 goal polo, and last year the 12 goal was phenomenal. I love the 12 goal level. It's one of those levels where the big guns, you know, you can get some big guns playing and see if they can control, but it gives opportunities for all the young guns. And, you know, you got these players that are 0 goals, 1 goal, 2 goals, they're trying to work their way up. And then also the opportunity for 3 and 4 and 5 goal players to try to get to that next level. And this 12 goal level has all of that in it, and it was super fast. Last year it was more like 16 goal polo, 18 goal polo, all of the games, and we saw some phenomenal polo. We got our mountain officials there on the field, Roddy Matthews and Gaston Dorniak. Steve Lane, my partner, he'll be working as the third man / IRO and co-commentator with me today. So let's go ahead and meet the players. Steve?
Thank you, Dale. Yeah, Field 5 looking good. We've got all the ingredients here for a recipe in 12 goal polo. And the team in black and red, that's Oriflamme. And coming from England, Ben Shepherd playing number 1. Frankie Bilbao from the Villages coming up and playing number 2 with Jason Warren, also from the UK, playing number 3. And Jason Crowder playing the defensive position at number 4. The team in light blue, Grand Champions Polo Club, and playing number 1, Artemio Figueres, and playing number 2, Martin Munoz, and Nacho Figueres playing number 3 at 5 goals, and Juan Bellini, as always, playing the number 4, closing the back door for that team in the light blue with the pink helmet on. So it looks like all of our players are arriving at center field, where Roddy Matthews on the far side, one of our 2 international umpires, along with Gaston Dorniak, all the way from Argentina, but now a resident here in the United States, are going to line the players up, choose sides, and we'll have a bowl-in.
I heard some interesting news here, Steve, so don't be surprised you don't see Jason actually playing the number 3 position, but wearing the 4, because like a lot of hockey players and baseball players, he's very superstitious, and he doesn't like wearing the number 3. We got filled in by that by our Director of Operation, Cale Newman. And I always thought the number 3 was a power number, but I guess in some people's eyes, no. And so don't be surprised if you don't see him at the number 3 position. But I got a feeling both of these teams today, we're going to see true 4-player rotation with all of them. We've had a lot of fun with Artemio Figueres. It's going to be fun seeing him play with his father, Nacho. They play at the Aspen Valley Polo Club all summer long, and Artemio is one of my fondest young players. This kid is coming on every day, Steve. He's a lot of fun to play. Keep an eye on him. We're ready to go, Gaston. And on the other side, it's just great having Oriflamme here. And we're going to talk a lot about them today with Ben Shepherd, Frankie Bilbao, of course, filling in for Nick Johnson, Jason Crowder, and Jason Warren. So good luck to them. First year playing here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Looks like Roddy's got them lined up on the far side. Steve, where are we going with the 1-goal handicap?
I think 2-goal handicap.
2-goal handicap,
We've got
yeah.
a 10-goal team going against 12, grand champions being the 10-goal team. So, 2 goals for the game starts on this 9.4-acre field, and the field crew doing a great job here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And, of course, we're looking into the sun here, Dale, on this field a little bit, so sometimes a little bit difficult to get the players diagnosed as who they are. But right now, Frankie Bilbao is going to win that bowl in, sending the ball up to Jason Warren, and now coming in is Nacho Figueres. That's Martin Munoz.
They're going to be fun to watch today in their white helmets, so good luck with that. Steve, I'll give you a blessing early. Nacho and Martin Munoz, they play very well. They play similar styles, too, but we'll keep an eye on them, but they're both in the white helmets. Juan's very easy to find in his pink helmet, also cancer survivor, so I'll get behind the cause as a big shout-out to him, and what a survivor he is, along with our best friend and Director of Operations owner, Melissa Ganzi. And so it looks like we're going to go ahead and get our first penalty of the day. And right there, you get a sandwich. And so remember, 2 players cannot go to 1 player. And just for the safety there of the 4-legged athlete and the 2-legged athlete, 1 player must pull out. Also, another player cannot meet 2 players in the game of polo. Remember the field out there for all of our new viewers today. 300 yards long by 160 yards wide. 9 football fields will fit in the center of it. And a lot of people don't believe that when they're looking out here. But look at this. It's going to be young Artemio Figueres to do the honors.
Figueres doesn't get all of it and sends that ball over to the left-hand side, so a missed opportunity on that open goal penalty 3. So it looks like Oriflamme will have their first knock-in of the day, and Jason Warren doing the honors for that team on that gray pony. Sending Frankie Bilbao down the field along with Ben Shepard and Jason Crowder, even though he's got the number 4 on his back. He's number 1 right here on this particular play. But a back shot out of there by Bellini doesn't quite connect as much as he wanted to, and now picked up by Martin Munoz. Munoz sending the ball back up, and Ben Shepard out there and waiting as well. And now here he comes across the field trying to take that ball off the doorstep. Unable to do so, and just wide right there. So a shot on goal, but just a little bit off to the left-hand side. So now Juan Bellini for his first knock-in of the day.
Good coast-to-coast run there. That's not a bad first possession here for the Oriflamme team. Remember, with Frankie filling in. Now, Shepard and Warren play a lot with each other in the UK. They're a United Kingdom-based team. And with Jason and Frankie, and I played a lot with Frankie back in the day, and Frankie Bilbao, he is very solid, and now on 4 goals. I played with him who was on 5, playing 7. And so Jason and him, they'll probably get to take a chucker to get their flow going. But look at this. They're going to go ahead and win the bowling here and get one back quickly.
Frankie Bilbao.
The knock-in, I apologize.
Yeah, you mentioned his name, Frankie Bilbao, getting that broken play and centering it right through the uprights. So now a 2-1 score right here in the early stages of chucker number 1. So now the teams swap sides, as we always do after each goal. So Jason Warren scoring that goal, now Frankie Bilbao. Both of them on gray horses this period.
So good luck with that, Steve-O.
Yeah, now Jason Crowder trying to work it down, but a near side back shot by Bellini, and Nacho Figueres comes in to help things out. Martin Munoz coming on the play, but now Jason Crowder with an offside tail shot. Now picked up once again right here by Grand Champions Polo Club, and a shot out front. And here we have a runner and a gunner right here with Martin Munoz. That play broken up right there by Jason Warren, and now here comes Juan Bellini. He's going to do a little flip shot, the same thing. However, Jason Crowder's mallet intercepts it, and now here comes Artemio Figueres. Glad to see him out here. Nacho coming in there as well. And now Munoz picking up the loose ball. He's got some work to do to get around Jason Warren. Jason Warren right there as well. Bellini coming in there with a shot. Frankie Bilbao blocks that shot. And now Artemio Figueres coming through. And now Martin Munoz. Munoz right there with Nacho. Nacho goes for the shot on goal. That ball sending but deflected off of a pony. Backed out of there by Juan Bellini. Now Artemio with a shot on goal right there, and he is going to succeed with that open shot towards goal.
Great play here by GCPC, as everybody working so hard there. Everyone touched the ball. It started out with Martin, and then went to Nacho, and then back to Juan, and then back to Artemio, and then Artemio finally gets the final touch on it, and that'll bring us to our first courtesy change of the day with 3:21 on the clock. And Steve and I were talking about it. We had a lot of people talk about the courtesy change. And once again, we always like to remind people, one of the biggest reasons also is that the courtesy change is for the horses, safety of the horses. And, if you go through the Triple Crown of horse racing, and the Triple Crown of horse racing, if you're not used to horse racing, is the Preakness Stakes, the Kentucky Derby, and the Belmont Stakes. The Preakness Stakes is the shortest of the races. It's 1 mile and 3/16, and that's 9.5 furlongs. And Secretariat set the record in 1973 at 1 minute 53 seconds. The Kentucky Derby is 1.25 miles. They call that 10 furlongs in racing. And Secretariat set the record in 1973 at 1 minute 59. Well, the longest race that we have in America is the Belmont Stakes, and it's 1.5 miles. That's 12 furlongs. And that race was set, the record, in 1973. That was the year that Secretariat won the Triple Crown, with 2 minutes 24 seconds. So if you think about a chukker of polo that's 7.5 minutes long, and the longest horse race in America is 2 minutes and 24 seconds, you can understand why we embrace the courtesy change.
Yeah, and you mentioned Secretariat, and back in the early 80s, I worked for a farm up in Ocala, Raintree Farm, and managed the yearling barn. And we had some foals and some weanlings, yearlings, and back then Secretariat's stud fee was $125,000. So $125,000 back in the early 80s, a lot of money for a stud fee, but it was Secretariat, and right now it looks like Oriflamme going to put that ball right on through the goal, winning it out of the bowl in. And umpire Dorniak bring a little debris, and that's Jason Warren one more time scoring off of that goal. So
Warren, you like wearing the number 3. I told you that number was a power number. Jason might change his mind by the end of the game. We're going to wear him out with it.
Yeah, he might be swapping jerseys at halftime.
Good call there, Steve-O. He might have to. But they definitely have changed it up here. But a nice goal here by Jason Warren. And as I always say to new players, welcome to the Grand Champion Polo Club. 2 great goals here early, and that's going to keep him within 1 goal with 2:25 on the clock.
And now there he is once again over there on the far side with a little duel with Juan Bellini. And now, it looks like Frankie Bilbao is going to come in and draw the umpire's whistle. So I believe riding over the top of the ball from behind might be the call. We'll see where the umpires spot the ball.
Yeah, you got Nacho coming to the right side there, and Frankie just coming in from behind. And remember, as Steve says, the elbow does not bend that way. You'll get a good look at it right here. Frankie on the gray pony, and right there, riding in from behind. You got to make that play from the side. It's not an easy play to make. Nobody going forward, though. Nobody running and gunning, so they'll drop it from the spot. Penalty 5A, and it'll be Juan.
Bellini right here trying to get around Bilbao, and Bellini with a long shot downfield, looking for a teammate down there, and it's going to be picked up once again here by Warren. Warren coming in there to make the hook on Munoz, and now Nacho Figueres picks up the loose ball, sends a shot up front, and Artemio's there, but that ball deflected off pony. Jason Crowder breaks things up with a near side back shot, but Bellini coming back. Juan Bellini takes it forward, and now a back shot right up front, turning defense into offense, and Jason Crowder's doing the same thing in the back, but now Jason Warren. Jason Warren sends a little shuttle pass over to Jason Crowder. Crowder now has Bilbao out front, but Bellini is there as well and didn't quite get that ball to the center, but Bilbao coming on through. Bilbao on that gray pony now stretches that window right on out. Bilbao going towards goal and right on through. So a great run, great pass there by Crowder to Bilbao.
Yeah, you don't want to let Frankie get out in front. Trust me, I've played a lot of polo with Frankie Bilbao. He is a smooth operator, poetry in motion when he gets running to goal. Once he gets out in front, You can look at that as getting the high flag every time. Frankie's going to use this opportunity, and I like this opportunity. Well read here by Frankie. Remember, he is filling in for Nick Johnson, so he's going to jump off the gray pony and jump onto the chestnut, and he's going to make it back just in time for the bowl-in. Good time management there by Frankie Bilbao.
Umpire Matthews has him on the far side and gives the ball back to the players. A little bit of a sword fight in there to see who can win this bowl in, and Artemio coming through, getting a little piece of it, and a quick whistle right on the far side. Hard to hear that whistle, whether it's before or after the horn, but I'm sure that the umpires did hear the horn, so they'll make that final decision, and it looks like we are going to end chucker number 1, so we'll start with chucker number 2 when we come back with a penalty.
Yeah, you got it 3-3 now, so they're going to make it up. They're going to make up the handicap very quickly here. So welcome, Oriflamme, GCPC, playing here in the 2023 limited edition 12 goal.
Foot golf is a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, "Have you tried it?" I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick this many hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the U.S. Open are the two top U.S. tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe foot golf.
Dale Sweat, Steve Lane with you live here at Grand Champion Polo Club, CTV Sports. Welcome to Sunday, our 2023 limited edition 12 goal. We started out here. We have, if you just joined us for our second chucker play, Oriflamme coming in with Ben Shepard, Frankie Bilbao, Jason Warren, and Jason Crowder. And they're a 12-goal team. They're going against the Grand Champion Polo Club. We call them GCPC. And Artemio Figueres, Martin Munoz, Nacho Figueres, Artemio's father, and Juan Bellini. And they come in as a 10-goal team. They received 2 goals on handicap. Artemio picked up a goal to give them 3 goals. But Jason Warren scored 2 goals for Oriflamme and 1 from Bilbao. And they tied this one up very quickly. So we're 3-3 here in the second chucker.
Penalty 5A taken by Oriflamme, and Jason Warren sends a long ball down the field, and Juan Bellini going back as Martin Munoz rides a player off to give Bellini time to make that play, and now Bellini trying to send the ball back over to Munoz, which he does. Munoz out here out front, and he's got Nacho and Artemio out front as well. Now Jason Warren going to turn the ball back towards the boards. Nacho Figueres coming back to put a little pressure on him, and some communication going on right there, and a pinpoint pass right to Jason Crowder, but not a pinpoint hit as Nacho Figueres turns the ball back towards the inside. Trying to get around Bilbao. Bilbao at 4 goals, Figueres at 5, and now Bellini gets that ball dropped off to him. He puts it back over in the center. Oh, bad luck right there, a deflection. Bellini on the line right here. in front of Bilbao. Jason Crowder coming through and picking up that back shot, and now Munoz has to run him down. Crowder taking the ball towards goal, little half shot. 40 yards out off to the left-hand side. Crowder trying to get it back towards the center, and he does with a flick of the wrist for that last shot right between the goalposts.
Yeah, so Jason on the give and go here. Not the perfect approach shot, but a great finish here by Craig Jason. A big shout out to his family out in California. Mom Valerie, but Steve, his father Steve. And so they are doing well here. They came out very quick, Oriflamme, and they have been on fire, Steve. I mean, they have not stopped, and they're coming together as a very strong team for not playing with each other that much.
They certainly are, and right now Ben Johnson over there in the mix as well, or Ben Shepherd, excuse me, in the mix right there as well, playing number 1, and from the UK, glad to have him here. Nick Johnson was supposed to be on this team, who is also from the UK, and of course he plays at the Villages a lot, so getting Frankie Bilbao to come in and substitute for him, and Frankie says he's here during the month of February.
They know him, but they know each other very well. I'm sure Frankie knows the horse as well also. And he seems to be tuned in here quickly with Crowder. Crowder's picked up perfect with Warren and Bilbao. So, Ben, they get him going in the front, and it's going to be a very strong 12-goal team here, and they're going to be competitive here in the 2023 limited edition 12-goal.
So right now, here's Jason Warren, puts a shot up front, but it's backed out of there. And now Artemio Figueres comes in there with a duel with Jason Crowder, but it's picked up by Warren, and the whistle sounds, and a little bit of a 1-2 right there.
Yeah, they come together right there. Artemio's going to get met by Crowder, and then the ball pops out there, and Jason Warren trying to see if he's got enough time here. We'll see. We'll take a look at it. It kind of pops around here. Right there, mounts there, gets backed up, bounce off ball. Now the line's this way. Then it gets flipped inside, and it's met. Now it's going that way, and then he comes flying through. So you get a right-of-way violation on the kind of give and go there. And he almost got out of there in time. I like the way he went at the play, Steve. That's right on the borderline there of being an escape artist, as he was very quick. You know, Warren, the Oriflamme team, actually, Ben Shepherd and Jason Warren, they play a lot together, and were very successful in the UK. And they won in 9 teams in the 2021 West Sussex Cup at Calgary Park. They won, and there's a lot of, and you know more about that, medium goal polo in the UK.
Yeah, a lot of medium goal polo over there and a lot of teams.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I love it.
But right now, Nacho Figueres sends the ball off to the left-hand side, and Martin Munoz ridden off right there by Jason Warren, and a quick whistle after that back shot by Warren. So
they'll bring us to a 4:35. So a little choppy here in the second chukker, but that when you get a team that comes out and scores 3 goals in the first chukker and then adds a 4th quickly in their next chukker, then you will see the defense on the opposing team step up. And knowing Juan Bellini, former 8-goal player, and Nacho Figueres, former 7-goal player, these two guys, they're going to pump it up and say, come on, guys, let's get our defense going. And that works for them. So now they're going to get the open goal penalty. And I like this. I like young Artemio stepping up, doing all the honors today. So here comes Figueres.
Artemio doesn't waste any time with this one. Missing one earlier, but now putting this one right on through. Penalty 2. So that team in light blue coming on here and tying things back up.
Yeah, so Artemio just missing the first one. It's a little mishit, but then he came right back and scored his first goal from the field, and now he's got it lined out, and I love the confidence that all the big guns are giving him. He will get hot, this kid. Keep an eye on him, man. He is special. Now, on the bowl-in picked up, it's going to be Jason.
Crowder right here winning that bowl-in and sending everybody down the field. He's got room to hit, and a big ball by Crowder, and Frankie Bilbao and Juan Bellini come together. Bellini going back to play defense and gets that ball, and now the whistle sounds. Not enough big window for Martin Munoz or Nacho Figueres to come in there, and I believe that was Figueres. It was. So, penalty 4 coming here in favor of, or penalty 3.
Yeah, it could be. They look like it might be inside right there, and you got the back shot, Steve, as you was playing. I mean, if you get a shot on goal, you can have a back shot on goal. So Frankie was definitely inside. He might have been inside the 30-yard line, actually, when the foul was committed.
Yeah, I think he was.
Or the 40, anyway.
And now we see where the umpires have given a penalty 3 on this play. So,
okay.
Just kind of inside, moving it across the field just a little bit. And remember, sometimes you can lose yardage, but by getting better field position for the shot. And so, and what I mean by that is this might have been 36 yards from the back line, so they move it over to the 40. And here we go. Jason Warren successful with that penalty 3.
Well done, Jason, picking up his 3rd goal of the day. And again, just a little bit, but nice back shot here. Bellini hits a nice angle to Nacho Figueres. Just not enough distance there, as you said, Steve. So when Frankie turns up on it, he's closing that window between Nacho and himself. And so you know what that means. I mean, you'll hear the whistle. So at this moment, they are shooting very well. Remember, stay with us, as we will have our stats going for you today. So we'll do our stats right at the end of the 3rd chukker. And also, we'll bring you the stats at the end of the 6th chukker. And Steve and I have been talking a lot about the stats, and we've had a lot of compliments, Steve, and I love from the team captains and the teams who have been studying the opposing teams that they have to play based on using the stats to get their games lined out for their game plan for their next game they play.
Yeah, Dundas has won this tournament the last 2 years, and Robert Tito Zeta being the MVP the last 2 years in 2022, 2021. And and of course, we've got 4 teams in this tournament. Everybody plays everybody once. And you know what? If you haven't played yet, you might want to look at the halftime stats and the end of the end of the game stats when you go up against these 2 teams.
Yeah, no, it really helps out a lot. So we appreciate the love from all the teams, too. And here at CTV Sports, we take this very seriously. And this will be a big part of what you're going to see all season long as the CTV studios are going to another level here. Embracing the technology as we're always pressing the seam here at CTV Sports and Grand Champion Polo Club, Aspen Valley Polo Club, our sister club, working with our professional international umpires, Steve managing the crew, and always trying to bring the game to another level. So we love your input, and players and novice players, professional players, whoever's watching, we love your input. So geez, get on the emails, get on the Facebook conversation, and looks like they're going to get a quick foul right out of the bowling.
Yeah, a little bit of a melee right there, and that ball does not create a line until it leaves the bowl in or somebody's hit it out of the bowl in, and in this case here, Grand Champions did that, and Oriflamme just caught with a right-of-way violation, so Juan Bellini circling his pony to hit a penalty 5A towards that east goal. And who's going to stay back with him? None other than Jason Warren. Bellini just working that ball towards the sideline. Warren's got no play, and now Bellini releases the ball downfield, and that was Frankie Bilbao staying back there with him. And now Jason Crowder coming across the field with a strong shot. But Artemio coming in there with a near side back shot, breaking things up. A little bit of a back shot, but Jason Crowder able to jump on that line, but now it's won by Nacho Figueres. Figueres in there. All players marked up, and another quick whistle right there. Frankie Bilbao out front. So, whistle riddled here in the first chukker a half. And we'll see where the umpires place the ball.
Well, 2:38 on the clock, and like you said, a little scrappy here in the second chukker, but, two new teams, as you said, Steve, and we're starting out this new league, and they don't know each other that well, as the Oriflamme being the newest team to play here at the Grand Champion Polo Club, representing the UK. And so definitely Grand Champion Polo Club has got to be changing their game, as I say, their game plan, the chess game all day long today. I'm sure we're going to see all different play styles, knock-ins, defensive plays. They're going to have to constantly switch to figure out how to contain him. And at the moment, it's working well because it's going to give Artemio another open goal penalty.
Artemio puts it on the ground and right on through on that penalty too. So Artemio stepping up and taking those foul shots. And I like how you say the big guns got the confidence in him to do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's tight, man, and he's very cool. He's a calm, cool, collected kid. Trust me, the kid plays great polo. I have the opportunity to work with him and watch him play all summer long at the Aspen Valley Polo Club. He's great with the younger players, and he also loves playing. You know, he plays in the bigger stuff, so he's coming along. His brother's playing super strong now on 5 goals, and of course his father. You know, he's just a great polo player and ambassador to the game of polo.
Jason Crowder winning another bowl in and sends a shot right towards that east end, and that ball is going to travel over the back line. So Jason not setting it up for a teammate, taking a shot on goal from a long distance outside the goal mouth, and now Juan Bellini going to bring the ball back in, going to take it across the goal, looking for players to get to an open spot where he can hit, and now he releases the ball. He's got Artemio and Munoz down front. Munoz going to leave it for Artemio once again. They have the confidence in this young man, and now Frankie Bibal with a little near side flip shot, breaking it up. Juan Bellini right there talking to Artemio. Artemio drops it off for Bellini. Bellini, a one-time shot. Back over and a give and go right there by Bellini to Artemio. Artemio working that ball past the center line on an offensive play right here. Has it going, told to leave it there, and Martin unable to connect. Juan Bellini does, though, however. Frankie Bilbao coming back just ahead of Bellini. And now a near side back shot. Here comes Jason Warren right here, followed up once again by Crowder. Warren with a shot, but going back is Nacho Figueres. Figueres looking over his shoulder, looking to who to pass to or who to turn it, and he decides the tail shot. Can Martin get the leg on Crowder? No. Here comes the horn. Crowder with a strong offside back shot right towards the center of the field. It's picked up a little bit there by Figueres, and now coming across the field is Jason Warren. Jason Warren, he's got a deep angled neck shot, which he takes towards the goal. That ball is traveling right there. Ben Shepard and Juan Bellini back. Bellini saves the day right there, but coming on through one more time is Jason Warren. The first horn has sounded. Can he complete it? Yes, he does, and that's going to end Chucker number 2 with a score of 6-5.
Yeah, Jason Warren picking up his 4th goal today. He actually starts this one off, hits it to his buddy Ben Shepard. Bellini with a good defensive play there, backs it right up, but Jason just turns up, picks up the loose ball, and then takes it in. And as I said, 4 goals on the day for Jason Warren, so a very good start here. That's going to keep it 7-5. We'll send everybody off for some fresh legs, and we'll be right back here on CTV Sports.
New Polo League, a new breed of polo.
Dale Sweat, Steve Lane, bringing you the first game here in our 2023 limited edition 12-goal game. Polo, CTV Sport. Thanks for joining us this morning here on a Sunday. 4 teams entered. You're watching 2 of them here. The other 2 are Dundas. And Steve mentioned it early, Dundas. They played together. This team playing together for the first time. They won the limited edition 12-goal title. That was with Cable Magnus, Juan Cruz, Merlos Caco. Man, he played well last year, too. Geronimo Obregon and Rubber Team Zeta, they defeated Meyer Ranch, and what a game that was, Steve. That's when I brought the show in today, and I was talking about 16 to 18 goal polo. That was one of the games. Big shout out to Meyer Ranch. Kenny Meyer, man, he's my man. I love him. Matt Capolo playing awesome on 5 goals. Juan Monteverde, again, super 5-goal player. And Brandon Stenzel, super strong player. I just love these guys. It was 12-9 in the hard-fought final. Zeta was the most valuable player. And the 4th team, and this is going to be fun to watch, as we've been watching the windswept team with Harrison Reicher, and he's been super strong. He plays in the PTF on a 0A rated. He's a fun kid. He plays great. I get to meet his whole family. And he's playing with all the Merloses, but they're going to bring in Daddy Tincho and Santos Merlos with Rufino Merlos, who is Tincho's son, and he's Santos's cousin. So that should be a fun team to watch.
It should be. Those Merloses run and gun, and right now that's what Nacho Figueres has them. I know that was Martin Munoz. Martin tapping that ball to the right-hand side, a back shot out of there. Jason Warren jumps on the loose ball, as well as Juan Bellini. Juan Bellini realized he's got time. He's got Warren on his left-hand side, waiting for a player to clear. Doesn't want to hit into a pony, and now a shot up to Munoz. But Jason Crowder turning back around. Unable to meet the ball, but Frankie Bilbao does. He steals it away, unable to keep control, and now here comes Munoz towards goal. Jason Crowder rides him off with an offside back shot. Over to the corner, Artemio going to it as well as Nacho Figueres. Jason Warren in there as well. Artemio comes out with it, and the umpire blows the whistle, saying a turning foul right over there on the side. So,
kind of stuck in the corner over there, Steve?
Yeah, stuck a little bit. So umpire Matthews right on top of things there. Could see that line coming out directly towards him as he was in the center of the field. So a penalty 5A right here, and Jason Warren putting the ball back in play. Warren dribbles a couple of times, giving him a lot of room to work, and now sends a little shuttle pass down the boards over to Bilbao. Bilbao comes together with Nacho Figueres. Nacho taking the ball forward, trying to buy some time. Right to Bellini. What a classy play that was. But Jason Crowder breaks things up. Now Bilbao on the ball, headed towards that west end goal. Bilbao out front, just a little bit in front of Nacho Figueres. And Bilbao at 4 goals, able to clean things up and finish the play.
Yeah, Mr. Poetry in motion. I told you, don't let Frankie get out in front. He is a sweeper, as we call him. My wife loves that. They sweep the ball, these guys. They run with the ball so well. And just kind of a broken play, as it looked like Nacho and Bellini had everything under control there. Crowder, he is a big ball hitter, and he's going to feed that ball right out to Frankie. A big shout out to his sister Whitney, too. She's one of my favorites, and doing so well. You keep an eye out for Whitney Crowder. She's got all kinds of things going on, and out there in the television world. So big shout out to her. So I know the whole family's always tuning in. Steve was Jason's father was actually one of my, mentors and coaches back in the day. Steve, when I played for the FIP, and so big part. I've known that family a long time. It's great seeing Jason doing a great job here. Back to the center with 5:25 on the clock.
And here we go. You just called his name, Jason Crowder, and Frankie Bilbao on the move right here. Frankie Bilbao just scoring at that west end, now looking to turn things around and score at the east end as well. A nice approach shot still on the ball. He's got nobody within 2 horse lengths of him, and successful run out of the bowl end. Crowder to Bilbao.
You got it. There's great combinations here. Remember, Ben Shepard and Jason Warren, they know each other well. And Frankie and Jason Crowder playing like they know. They've been together for a long time, and I love Frankie Bilbao when he's pulling the team. and they'll fall right in place. So great run there by Bilbao, and he's doing his job today, filling in for Nick Johnson on his third goal today.
The Bulls back on the ground, and Crowder going to set it up for the big hit, and he's got Frankie Bilbao out front one more time. Bilbao scoring 2 goals already this period, and now Munoz. Munoz coming in there to take the ball back across the field to the outside. He's looking downfield. Where is Figueres going to be? That's what he wants to know, but Bilbao wins the ride-off, comes back in, playing that ball off the boards, now looking for players to clear, and a quick whistle right there by the umpire. As players were kind of clustered, nobody getting any offensive drive going, so it looks like a penalty 4. I believe I heard one of the umpires say, but I could stand corrected.
Yeah, there you go. There's your washcloth play, Steve, as you get 4 or 5 players come together. Just a bit of a cluster right here. They all come together, and you get right there a turning guy turns right in front, so they go with the 5A. And look at this, you got Artemio.
Figueres right here on the move, and he's ahead of Ben Shepherd by a couple of horse lengths. Artemio off to the left-hand side, has a cut shot, and hits the ball, and wide, I do believe.
That was a mediocre flat,
Yeah.
one of our gold players. It was an in-betweener.
Couldn't tell if it was high or if it was low, and now a whistle. We'll have our
They're looking for a
courtesy
safety?
horse
Oh,
change
courtesy horse
right here.
change. Yeah, so another good run here. Just a little bad luck for Artemio there on the approach off to the left side. But he's a young player, and he's good for first breakaway today. Also running into the wind. If you can notice on the far side, check the backdrops as we have our World Polo League flags on the far side. And here's a big shot from Artemio on his breakaway there. He hits to the left side. The wind is blowing from the east today. As you can see, the flag blowing perfectly to the west. And Steve was mentioning, loving the color changes there. And they do a fabulous job here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Grand Champions Polo Club, nation's largest polo club. We're celebrating our 16th anniversary and the Santa Rita Polo Farm, as we have tons of polo out there. If you've been watching, we played our Aspen Valley Cup, and we've been playing our Women's League out there, which is our polo school ladies league, where the ladies play on Wednesday. All the ladies. And that's a lot of fun if you want to come watch that. It is open to the public. It's a private facility, but open to the public when the games are going on. One of the most unique private facilities at 102 acres, this polo facility. 212 stalls and 9 self-contained barns. They have 2 tracks, 5 climate-controlled tack rooms, vet rooms, staff quarters, guest houses. I mean, I always say the sun's always shining at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. And they have 4 fields out there. They have the Penn Field and the Santa Rita Field, and then also the Buenos Aires Field and the Aspen Field. And, man, it's just a great place. And that's also right across the street from there, which was the old Pony Express facility, which is now the Polo School, which is a standalone USPA-sanctioned polo club. And the Polo School is in effect. You can go to my Instagram and get information on that, as I have actually been doing a few lessons with the Director of Operations, Juan Bellini, number 4 in the pink helmet. And we will be starting our Sunset Chuckers and Cocktails, which goes through the Polo School on Tuesdays. That'll be coming up also. We'll let you know when that starts. But if you want to learn how to play the game of polo, you can go to the gcpolo.com, and you'll see Cale Newman's number on there. You get a hold of Cale, and Cale Newman, our polo manager, director of operations, will set you up with the right people for a polo lesson.
No telling who you might get. 7, 8, 9, 10 goal player giving you that lesson, and that's just what Grand Champions does, as well as does Jason Crowder by hitting a long ball right back up to Ben Shepherd. Shepherd on a roll right here. He's got a lot of room, unable to connect, and Bellini's going to check down, turn that ball back around the other way, playing a little defense right here. He's got Nacho Figueres in the center. Munoz going to take out Crowder, and now Bellini decides to go to the other side, so Munoz allowing Bellini to do just that, and Bellini with a shot downfield deflected off Pony. Munoz can't connect. Jason Crowder does, and Frankie Bilbao calls for the back shot, and he's going to splurge out front in front of Figueres. Frankie Bilbao scoring 2 goals already this period, and now working it on down, unable to complete, and Juan Bellini going to take the ball over to no man's land in the corner. Bellini checking down. Shepard goes by. Bellini, he's got 3 players out front, and he's going to send it over to the left-hand side, trying to find Munoz. But Bellini, he's able to get back to his own shot. Now taking the ball back over towards the center, and Bellini with a shot downfield, looking for Artemio, but Jason Crowder's there on the near side, and a near side back shot. Nacho coming in to pick up the play, and now so does Jason Warren. Jason Warren and Martin Munoz come together. Warren still able to pick that ball off the boards. He's got 2 players he's surrounded by, light blue jerseys. And now Frankie Bilbao and Juan Bellini up front. Bellini, that ball deflected and going forward off of a pony, and Munoz turns quickly. So does Jason Warren. Jason Warren at 3 goals, Munoz at 2. A little slap shot off the boards, and now Nacho comes into play. He's going to join the party, and Jason Crowder breaks things up, but that ball bouncing off the boards, giving Munoz the line and the right away, and we've got a quick whistle right there, and I got a feeling this is going to go in favor of the team in light blue.
Let's stop the clock with 1:26, 8-5. Very good first half here by Oriflamme, man. They're right on track, Steve. This has been, well, I think the most goals we've seen scored in a game this season here at the Grand Canyon Polo Club in the first half, and mixing it up very well. As you're getting a replay here of the penalty, as Nacho goes through there and then gets turned around here by Martin, and looks like, oh yeah, right there, Jason coming across, trying to clear out, but blocking the play, trying to get out of the way, so he's going to be called on the shading call. And this is one of those ones, it's in that spot, and we talked a lot about this, that 20 to 30 yards from the center. Are they going on the attack? Does it help to give them a 5 or a 4? Sometimes the 5 hurts. The possession's big, but it also is better for the defending team, the team that fouled, so you don't want to do that. So they got to move it, and this is a huge move and an opportunity now for Grand Champion Polo Club to pick up their 6 goals and get this game within 2 goals.
First penalty for them for the day. Going to be a little bit interesting to see who takes this. Is it Bellini? Is it Nacho?
Yeah, as I say, maybe Artemio.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're letting Artemio, if he's hitting all the penalties today, but it looks like they're teeing it up, as we know Juan and Nacho. And actually, Martin Munoz, he played very well with Scott Wood. Big shout out to Scott. If where he's at, Scott should be playing this season. And Martin plays with Scott out of Houston, Texas. It looks like Papa's going to take it. So Nacho Figueres will go ahead and do the honors. So young Artemio taking the short penalties today. Nacho taking the long penalties. Here comes the first 60 of the day.
Nacho winds up, sends that ball high in the air and straight in the air as well through that 24-foot opening. So a score of 8-6 with 1:15 on the clock.
Yeah, super shot here by Nacho Figueres. That is a sweet swing, and that is a perfectly hit ball. He drove that ball a good 100 yards as he saw how far it went past the goal. And I believe, Steve, that the Figuereses have been practicing their penalties. And Artemio practicing in the short one, and Daddy practicing. And this is a big part of their game, is they're 3 for 4. Those are good numbers.
So the ball back on the ground one more time, and Frankie Bilbao winning that bowl in. Trying to go the opposite way. It comes out on the defensive side, but turning defense into offense. Sending a shot down the field, and here is Jason Warren. Jason Warren trying to get around. Nacho Figueres unable to connect with that shot, but unable to turn that chestnut pony back around and retrieve the loose ball. Now, we've got a quick whistle, and that was right after the horn, so I believe that will end Chucker number 3. A score of 8-6 right here on Field 5, and we'll start with a penalty when we come back. 2 umpires going to talk about this play, so stay with us. Dale, we've got some numbers here with these stats, and I think foul shots right here would be a big one.
Yeah, thank you, Steve, as we always go through the stats. Once again, thank you for joining us here on CTV Sports. Let's go about it. 8-6, 2-goal difference. We know that. But here we go. We always talk about this, and this is a big part of the stats, the shots on goal. And at the moment, Oriflamme with 10 shots on goal, and GCP PC with 6 shots on goal. So they need to get that going. They'll talk that in halftime, get a few more opportunities. On the knock-ins, pretty even, 2-2. But when you only have 2 knock-ins and you've taken 10 shots, that's where the opportunity on the goals. On the throw-ins, well, 9 throw-ins won by the Oriflamme team and 4 won by GCPC. And so they got to pick that up. Those numbers, all those possessions are big for the Oriflamme team. On the fouls committed, well, 7 committed by the Oriflamme team and only 2 committed by GCPC. So that's great for the Grand Champion Polo Club. A very strong chunker there, but the Oriflamme team needs to clean that up a little bit. So it goes back and forth. Penalties scored, well, 3 you saw. They're 3 for 4, Grand Champions Polo Club. And those were 2 short ones, 2 30s and a 60. And then only 1 penalty scored by the Oriflamme team. So pretty interesting stats there. The Oriflamme team winning the shots on goal, but then committing a few more penalties. So they'll go to the 10, they'll clean that up. And we're going to go to a little halftime break. And we'll be right back here on CTV Sports. Stay with us for our second half.
As far as barns go, it's 10 points.
The weather, the scenic views are unbelievable. To be up here in the mountains in this weather, I don't think you have many choices nicer than this.
I feel like we have some really competitive polo up here. It's friendly competitive polo.
The place is amazing. Good polo fields, good players, good courses, so it's a good experience. It's really good.
Club. They have empanadas there. They have Argentine style barbecue.
I'm in love with this place. The club is really nice. The people is really good.
At least what I can see is that it's an amazing place to be playing polo with the family and with good friends, enjoying, and the weather is great. I can't complain at all.
There's so much to do up here, and people are great, and there's some of the best polo in the country up there.
I think this is the place to play polo in the summer.
It's as good as it gets for summer polo.
This may be my new home.
And as soon as our child is old enough, she's going to be in her polo school.
You just want to be a horse in that barn.
Welcome back, everybody. Dale Schwetz, Steve Lane, CTV Sports. Halftime here, 8-6, so a tight one. And you saw the stats as the just a little different stats there. We had one team with a few more shots on goal, so that'll be something that GCPC will be looking at. Just get a few more attempts at goal because their accuracy has been great when they get opportunities to shoot. And they just have the Oriflamme team has just gone to goal a few more times. They had a few more shots on goal, but when the other position is also the Oriflamme team has been fouling a bit more, so that's leveled it out, and that's where you get the 2-goal difference. So we'll see how they adjust after coming out of the 10s. I know the Grand Champions Polo Club team, as we said, with Nacho Figueres and Juan Bellini, those two, the elder statesmen, they have played a lot of polo around the world. Martin also plays in everything from low goal to high goal. Young Artemio playing and getting all of his opportunities now, but he is a young gun. So coming up, and then a more of a balanced team here with the Oriflamme team when it comes to their type of polo. As we talked about earlier, Ben Shepard and Jason Warren coming in from the UK with the Oriflamme team, and when have been very successful in the UK. Frankie Biabao filling in for Nick Johnson with Jason Crowder. And then the Grand Champions Polo Club team with Artemio Figueres, Martin Munoz, Nacho Figueres, and Juan Bellini. 10-goal team against a 12-goal team. They had 2 goals on handicap. So they only put 4 in the hoop, as you could say, and that's how they get their 6 goals. The other 8 goals were scored, 7 of them from the field and 1 from a penalty. So Oriflamme had done a great job working the ball down the field, and we ended that chukker with a penalty. So we will start our 4th chukker with it looks like an open goal in favor of the Oriflamme team. And remember, here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, playing everything from 6, 8, 12, 20, 26-goal polo. And we have our WCT finals, the Women's Weekly League. And also, this is going to be our 5th year for the 26-goal World Polo League, and played both the Grand Champions Polo Club and the Centenita Polo Farm. It looks like it's going to be Jason Warren to do the honors.
Jason Warren on that penalty 3, unable to convert it, so still a 2-goal lead right here by the team in black, Oriflamme, over Grand Champions Polo Club, the team in the baby blue. So Juan Bellini putting that ball back in play, playing number 4 as he always does, and a little tap shot. He's got to get around Frankie Biabao, chooses the left-hand side where Artemio is unmarked, and Artemio with a shot downfield. Coming back to make a play is Ben Shepard. Ben Shepard with a nice little back shot, and Jason Crowder picks up the back shot, takes it forward. Unable to connect on the back shot, and this could be trouble right here, but Jason Crowder coming on through, thought that ball was at a little bit of an angle. The whistle blows, and we'll see what the umpires decide here. So
he goes for the play here, and it didn't look like he made any contact, so the ball's rolling the same way, and so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this one as that ball was rolling up and down the field, and then Crowder turns around to it, meets it. So they'll go ahead and looks like they're going to take it down. So they got a little bit of a play coming across here, I guess. So take a look at it again. Jason right there goes for it. Looked like a clean miss. And I guess coming across before?
Yeah, probably a 1-meeting-2 right there with 2 players coming.
Yeah, I was saying it looked like he might have got around quick enough to make that play.
And Artemio unable to put that penalty 3 on through. So a missed opportunity right here for the team in light blue, Grand Champions Polo Club. And Jason Warren brings the ball back in play off the back line. taking it dangerously across the opponent's goal, but a clean shot right there, looking for Jason Crowder, and Crowder with a shot downfield. Juan Bellini has to be a speedster and go back and get that loose ball. A tail shot right here, right to Nacho Figueres. Nacho with a one-time shot up to Artemio, but Jason Warren back there as well. Playing the number 3 position on his shirt, but playing the number 4 position right here and knocking in quite a lot. So we mentioned about the superstitions of Crowder not wanting to wear the number 3, but I believe he's playing number 3, and Warren playing the number 4, and Bilbao, he's got the number 2, and he's playing that right now as well, able to avoid the hook of Munoz, and now on the move, trying to get by Figueres, and Juan Bellini going back there to play defense as well, put some pressure on him, block the shot if he can, and Bilbao takes a shot on goal, but that ball deflected back over to Nacho Figueres. Figueres. And Crowder going back. Artemio on the roll right here. Jason Warren staying back there with him. Artemio, Figueres right here off to the left-hand side, but Warren able to come in. Doesn't connect. Crowder does with a back shot. And now Ben Shepherd over there with Frankie Bilbao. Frankie Bilbao backing up Shepherd. Frankie Bilbao going to turn the ball back towards the inside of the field. Frankie Bilbao looking for a teammate. He's got Jason Crowder and a line drive shot. What a pass right up to Warren. Warren. Jason Crowder saying, hold it, don't hit it yet. Now release it. But he's got Munoz on his hip. Can he win the ride-off? Yes, he does. He's coming back over. A little flip shot towards the center. Unable to keep it going. Warren comes in there to back him up as well. Shepherd had a stab at it, and now Warren trying to get around Figueres. Warren comes to a standstill. Figueres right there as well. Over the top of the ball. Figueres wanted the whistle. The umpires say play on. It was kicked. And now, here's Warren one more time, but Bilbao comes in, digging that ball out of the corner, trying to take it back towards the center of the field. And a shot on goal. Unsuccessful. That ball over the back line, maybe kicked by a pony, but over the back line as well anyhow. So Juan Bellini setting up for another knock-in.
Yeah, both teams back and forth here early in our fourth chukker. We're going to click down to 4:05 right about now, 4 minutes. And both teams very, very strong on their defensive side of the stick here. And here comes Artemio. That's a nice little move.
It is. Little Figueres on the ball right here, and we might see him in the high goal substituting for somebody at some point. And right now Ben Shepherd comes into play as well. And the whistle sounds, so we can hear the umpires talking, communicating with each other. And right now, and it looks like we'll probably have our courtesy horse change at this moment. With 3:44 on the clock, still a score of 8-6. Nobody able to score here so far in this chukker. In fact, if we talk about the previous chukker, 2 goals for Oriflamme and 1 on a penalty, 4 for Grand Champions Polo Club.
And you can see right there that ducking and diving move that we talked about, Artemio. Very, very strong ball control there by Artemio. He took the ball from the left to the right. He broke between 2 players and then he came back to the left with the ball, which he is allowed to do. And then you had Ben Shepherd come from left to right over the top of the ball on a shading call. So Artemio, now the young polo star, he takes it, starts it from a good 200 yards from his goal he was going to. He works it down and actually gets them to foul him right before the courtesy change, and he'll have an opportunity now at another open goal. So this is just a great job here by Figueres. I mean, he gets the ball, takes control. Steve does it all by himself and gets a foul, gets the opposing team to foul him.
Yeah, and, he's been taking these open goal shots as well. And, I asked Memo Gracita years ago, I says, how come you don't take the open goal shots? He says, I let those guys practice the 2s and the 3s, and I just practice the 4s. So it takes pressure off of him, as far as practicing when they're not playing. And right now, Artemio once again, successful this time, sending it right on through on a penalty 2.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to see a lot, Steve, I think. In a lot of the games, it makes a lot of sense that, you have players hitting the 2s and 3s, one player, because it is more of the putter shot. As we say, drive for show, putt for dough. And I did the same thing with Juan Bellini for a long time in the everything, the 8, 12, and 20. And we had a great teamwork. And if you get two guys that are very successful like that, you could come out 100% on your penalties, and that's a big part of the game.
So the bowl-in has occurred, and Frankie Bilbao winning another bowl-in right here. Jason Crowder going up as well. Bilbao bringing it over to the right-hand side, and now on the roll just ahead out in front of Munoz. Bilbao with a shot on goal, but not quite enough angle on that, and that ball going past the right-hand post and over the end line.
Yeah, with a 1-goal difference here now, and GCPC coming back into Fort Chucker, applying the pressure to the Oriflamme team. And let's see if they might be able to come out of this Chucker with an equalizer or a goal above, as they have been controlling now the Fort Chucker. A little bit of a miss hit here and picked up by Frankie.
Bilbao tries to turn it towards the outside and couldn't control it, and Bellini comes in to clean things up. Bellini on the move right here, slaps the shot down the field looking for Figueres, but that ball's backed out of there by Oriflamme, and now Nacho right there, and Jason Crowder comes into play, crosses after the shot, and I think we're going to march towards that east end goal.
You got a heads-up play here by Nacho Figueres. He just laid it right out in front there on the little chestnut pony, shut it down. Jason, a little overzealous, comes in, crosses the right-of-way right in front of Nacho. You can see the contact, and that contact was based on Jason coming across the right-of-way. And so this will be moved down to at least a 4, as Steve was saying. We'll see if they decide based on, well, Steve talked about it, based on position of the field and players downfield. If there's any defending and danger. Not a lot of danger on that play, just a little racing and rubbing. But they'll move it down to the 60-yard mark, and this will be their second opportunity. And if you remember the first half, Nacho was very successful with his penalty for, as he drove a perfect shot from the 60-yard mark.
And into the wind, I might add. We've got kind of an easterly, northeasterly wind.
Yeah.
So strong. Yeah, he hit a line drive, and undefendable, though. So here's Nacho's second opportunity for a penalty 4, and the first opportunity to tie this game up.
It'll be the first time to get an equalizer out. Actually, it's been all Oriflamme in the first 3 Chuckers.
Figueres with another shot, but this time off to the left-hand side. So still 1 goal behind, and looks like Oriflamme, Jason Warren, put the ball back in play. Ball being set up now by our goal judges in green. Professional goal judges, I might add, that we pretty much have consistent. They go through some training here as well, and Warren hits the ball back up to Frankie Bilbao. Bilbao just 2 horse lengths out front of Artemio. Bilbao with a shot off to the left-hand side. Crowder right there going back. He's got the line of the ball on the near side. A near side shot, but Nacho Figueres right there, or excuse me, that was Munoz there to break things up. So another knock-in coming by the team in light blue, Grand Champions Polo Club, with 1:16 on the clock. So just another minute here, and can Grand Champions tie this game up? Juan Bellini having a little trouble getting it off the back line, but able to retrieve that ball one more time. Bilbao back there with him as well. Now Bellini with a shot downfield, and Jason Crowder right there turns it back towards the boards, looking for some room. He's got Artemio Figueres coming with him. Jason staying just out front. Flick of the wrist right here, headed towards goal. Able to put it through, so they'll go back to a 2-goal lead.
Wow. So Jason, he gets the opportunity on the near side just before that. And a great second effort by Munoz to stop that play. And then a broken play on the knock-in. And we talk about those possessions. Remember, those possessions are big. You need positive possessions on the penalty 5s and the knock-ins. And that would be the knock-ins, any penalty 5A from the spot, or the center hit, the 5B. Positive possessions are big. And look at this. This is going to push them back to that 2-goal lead, so we'll send them off, and we'll be right back for our 5th Chucker play.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Fifth Chucker action, and Grand Champion Polo Club. Well, we've tracked players from all around the field, large international field of players from all corners of the world, including Argentina, India, Mexico, New Zealand, Costa Rica, Canada, Ecuador, Brazil, Switzerland, France, England, Germany, Uruguay, Azerbaijan, South Africa, Venezuela, Chile, England. It goes on and on and on. And we bring them here to the Grand Champion Polo Club. We love having all of our international players come in, and amongst all of our international umpires also, who work as a great team, Steve.
Yeah, I think, 1 year, maybe last year or the year before, I counted 19 countries that players come from, and that's not counting the United States.
Wow, yeah, no, it's amazing. It's great to see that, and we love that about it. And, of course, we have our International Cup, which we have during our fall season every year, where we bring in teams. And, of course, they come in and we mount the teams. But it's just a lot of fun. It's a passport, as they say. Churchill said that polo was the passport to the world, and sure enough, and it's great to see them bring them all together. But here we go. This has been a tight one, only 2-goal difference, so anybody's match, 9-7, and we're going to get all the bowlings right here in front of us for the next two chuckers. Away we go.
So Oriflamme winning this bowling with Jason Crowder. That ball coming out to his side and a shot downfield, and it's going to be Artemio Figueres right there being ridden off and chased by Jason Warren. And right now, that ball left behind. Juan Bellini picks it up. Bellini trying to navigate around Frankie Bilbao. Frankie Bilbao staying back a lot, and now a pass downfield. But Jason Crowder looking over his shoulder. The first two get back, trying to send the ball back over to the right-hand side to Jason Warren. But right now it's Nacho Figueres with a shot on goal off to the left. Can Artemio get to it? He can, but Jason Crowder has something to say about that. And now Crowder coming in, and that ball over the back line. So we'll have a knock-in right here by the team in red, or a penalty 5A just off the end line. Artemio coming just in front of Crowder.
Well, 6:42 on the clock, and Grand Champion Polo Club getting organized there, winning that bowl and getting the offensive attack. And just a little bad luck there. So we'll have to regroup, and it'll be picked up here. Now you're getting a full 4-player rotation once again as Bilbao drops into the backside of the Oriflamme team, and they'll take it to center and picked up now by Juan.
Bellini checks down, and he's in a duel with Jason Warren, but now Nacho Figueres coming in to the party. That ball squirts out front, and now Warren's still on it right here, but now it's left behind. Now Figueres allows Crowder to clear. Figueres turning back around. Bellini comes in to play back up. Bellini now sending the ball back up a little give and go right there to Figueres, but Bilbao reads the play nicely. Bilbao unable to keep it going, and Figueres coming in there, and Bilbao picking up the loose ball, trying to get around Martin Munoz. Munoz not close enough for a hook, and Bilbao, that ball up against the boards. He jumps the boards, illegal play in polo. That's why we have the 10-yard safety zone, and a back shot out of there by Munoz. Now, Figueres picks it up, and a whistle on the play as player comes across, and it looks like he knew it. So the whistle sounds, and we'll have a penalty.
Round and round they go, and they come back there, and again, Artemio, not just doing the offensive side, but also playing the defensive side. Right here, though, on the replay, see how right there Frankie was trying to get out in front, hit a little bit too far to the inside, then a little rub in there on his own player, but they'll let that go. Artemio falls into place, and then controls the ball like he's been taught, takes it to the inside, waiting for one of the big guns to drop in behind him, and in the process, he gets fouled. So again, Artemio's ball control is going to give a possession here, and they'll give it to Bellini here for the 5B from center.
Juan Bellini one time sends it down the field. Nacho was telling Martin and Artemio to go down the field. They knew it was going to be a one-time hit, and that ball backed out of there, but over the back line, so a long shot by Bellini, Grand Champions Polo Club, knocking on the door.
All right, so as they bring this one in, and on the knock-in, picked up now, and you get the rotation by Frankie. Frankie picked this one up, going left to right, and he's going to cut one loose here with the Chestnut Pony. A lot of run on this one. The Chestnut gets him around the corner. He gets by one player, two players. Now he'll collect this one up, try to drag it inside the 60. Munoz gets a piece of it. Everybody comes together. They leave that one again for Frankie. Then they override, and Artemio. Taking it around the corner they go. Frankie trying to run the corner. A big cluster. We've seen a lot of this during this game. When they go on defense, everybody converges on the ball. As you can see, all 8 players right there. You throw a blanket over all 8 of them. And then finally we get a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be another blocking foul. Right-of-way violation, similar to the last play with Artemio, but nobody going forward there. Everybody in a bunch, so they're going to drop this one from the spot. And it'll be a penalty 5A with 4:24 on the clock.
Yeah, a little right-of-way violation there. His player turned his horse before turning the ball. Not enough room for either play. But Bellini sending it up to Artemio. Artemio right here being chased by Ben Shepard. Artemio with a neck shot. Not quite enough angle on it. Will that ball stay on the field? And no, it's going to roll over the back line. So, Grand Champions Polo Club with an offensive play on that penalty 5A. So right now we'll have our courtesy horse change here for the 5th chucker with 3:59 on the clock.
Yeah, working it down good, the Grand Champions Polo Club team. We talked about the positive possessions, and they have taken every ball, every penalty shot, every 5, every 5A, every 5B, and knocking coast to coast. They have not picked up any goals on those runs, but those are positive possessions. They're working the ball down the field. Remember, 300 yards is a lot of room to work. So they're getting the pressure put back on the Oriflamme team. And at the moment, it's just been going back and forth, because when we started this out with the 2-goal handicap, we came out of the first chucker 3-3. Then a very strong chucker by the Oriflamme team, scoring 3 goals. That pushed them to 6, but 2 penalty shots made by Artemio in the same chucker, ice in his veins, making it 6-5. Then another chucker with the Oriflamme team scoring 2 more goals to push them to 8, and the Grand Champions Polo Club team picking up 1 goal, so they left 8-6 at halftime. After the 4th chucker, we had 1 more goal by Oriflamme, pushing them to 9, and another goal by GCPC, making it 7, and that's where we stand here with 3:59 on the clock, 9-7. So still, Steve, anybody's match, just waiting for something to break. You know, there's no one's getting a true breakaway. The defense has been strong, And both teams have cleaned up the fouling, as not many goal shot penalties being taken here in the second half.
Yeah, neither team able to score here in the fifth chukker, and only one goal apiece in the fourth. So that tells me that this game has turned into a defensive game. And right now, here comes Ben Shepherd trying to get some offense going. He rakes it by, but Juan Bellini with an offside back shot gets a little bit of it right there. And now Jason Warren comes on through, backed up there by Frankie Bilbao. Bilbao unable to keep control of it, and now a back shot right there by Munoz over to the boards, and Artemio coming in there to rake that ball off. Munoz coming in there as well. Artemio hooking Jason Warren, and a whistle down there on the play. So a little bit hard to see what happened there, Dale. We'll have to look at the replay.
Everybody down in the corner, once again, see, very tough because, as you said, it's so defensive-minded at this time. Once they get in a corner, everybody converges. I mean, start counting the helmets here. It was backed up there by Nacho. Comes over to the board. Bellini's fouling it down, but you already have a player there, and you got a player riding in from behind on Artemio, but just because they're in the scrum, they allow it. Then Artemio and Juan come together. Then Nacho comes flying in there, and they end up going against the Grand Champions Polo Club team. So you got to be careful because, you know this, Steve, and a lot of the rules now, when it gets in a scrum, they're going to allow that play, unless you have a 90-degree cross. And on this case, they got the 90-degree cross. They get the open goal penalty, and they'll get their first goal here in the fifth chukker, making it 10-7 as we click down to 3 minutes.
Jason Warren scoring off that penalty 3, so 3 goals ahead, extending that margin of goals. And Oriflamme turning defense into offense, and now Gaston Dorniak says, hey, come on back, give me a clean lineup here, guys. Here's the ball, I'll give it to you, and that ball deflected right off a pony, and look at Nacho Figueres on the near side, steals it away from Bilbao. Offside, near side. They desperately need this goal. Figueres going for a near side play. Ball still on the field right here, and Munoz comes into the party as well. That ball taken out of there. Now Bilbao on a roll underneath his horse's neck. Munoz coming with him as well. And now Bellini, the Secretary of Defense for the Grand Champions Polo Club, also Director of Polo Operations, turning that ball. Munoz going to take out Bilbao. Bellini sees Figueres up there. He had his man on his right-hand side, so he's got the left side of the field open. Now Artemio coming in, backing up Father Nacho. Artemio trying to keep it on the field. And that ball is buried, so we'll have a whistle right there. Unable to keep it going, and the horse steps on the ball, pushes it into the ground. So I believe we will have a knock-in depending on where that, or a bowl-in depending on where that ball is.
Yeah, there's a lot of action going on here with the Nacho. Nacho getting a tremendous amount of work done on this chestnut mare. A lot of power on this four-legged athlete. He got out in front, had the near side shot down there, and they had opportunity there. And then Bellini, knowing that he's mounted up the chukker very well, hits him another ball. He gets out there. Nacho pulling the team. So putting the pressure on the Oriflamme team, but not successful putting it in the goal yet. It looks like they're going to go ahead and bowl it in here on the buried ball. So they'll get everybody lined up, looking for a clean lineup. Of course, very important possession here inside the 40-yard line. So possession for Grand Champions with 152 and down by 3. This is a huge bowl-in for the boys in blue.
So the umpire's looking for a clean lineup. That ball was on the field when it was buried. So bowl in from the center to the boards. Players might think it's from the boards to the center, but it's not. There are no more bowl-ins like that anymore except after a goal is scored. So Roddy Matthews, underhand and hard, back into the pack. And here comes Jason Warren on that gray pony, just out front of Artemio Figueres. Warren looking over his shoulder. He's got 2 horse lengths. Straight shot right down the field. Artemio not cutting him any quarters right here. And Warren coming through, slaps that ball right on through. So a run out of that bowl in, 280 yards to score the goal.
Yeah, coast to coast like butter on toast. And, well, we're talking about the chestnut pony of Nacho Figueres that can run. Well, whoa, this gray pony that Jason Warren is running a very big, large, long-strided horse. And we were talking about Secretariat winning all of those, the Triple Crown that year, Steve. And you were talking about Secretariat. They talked about Secretariat having a larger heart, and that was one of the reasons. But one of the things they also talked about with Secretariat was his stride. He had such a big stride, and this gray four-legged athlete that Jason Warren was riding had a huge stride. I mean, Artemio, he was fighting to get there, and that horse was just such long strided, and it was a wide open field. Some players like playing the bigger horses, some don't, but that was a perfect run and a great finish there by Jason Warren, and Jason picking up his sixth goal of the day.
The ball back on the ground, Artemio and Ben Shepherd with a little sword fight. Ben Shepherd getting a piece of it. Now Bellini gets it out of there for a run, followed by two black shirts and Jason Warren going back, playing a conservative. Number 4, a back shot back over to Bilbao, and Bilbao unable to keep it going, and Nacho Figueres with a back shot, but it's deflected off of a pony, and now Bilbao going over to pick it up, taking it back towards the inside, trying to get around Munoz with a shot right back over to Jason Warren. Our first horn about to come, and there it is right there. A shot by Warren back over to the far side. Bellini looking over his shoulder to see how much time he's got. Where is the next closest player to him? Nacho Figueres going in there to back him up as well. Jason Warren and Jason Crowder staying right there. Bellini, they giving him a lot of room to work right now, and Bellini, he realizes Bilbao is back there, sends the ball back down the field. They'd like to start at their end for the sixth and final chukker of regulation play. There's our second horn, and that's going to be the whistle. End of chukker number 5, a score of 11-7. Stay with us right here for one more period of exciting action. You're watching live right here on CTV Sports.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pérez.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pérez.
I'm Alejandro Novillo Estrada.
Hello, I'm Nacho Novillo Estrada. I made goals and here back in Aspen.
The World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
All right, so we're back here for the sixth chukker. We had an umpire challenge here. We had one umpire scene. He thought he saw us foul. One did not. So we're going to go to replay this last play, and we're going to go over it here. Here's the play right here. A big play by Bellini down the field, and Nacho gets over there, and then they come together. And stand right by. So you have a player on the black team falling across the right-of-way there, actually blocking the right-of-way. You can see that ball was way to the right of him. So remember now, here's a interesting play, Steve. If he gets that ball, then he's okay. You know what I mean? It's kind of because it's where his mallet is. But if the ball goes by him and he misses it, then that doesn't give Nacho the opportunity to run by. So it's kind of one of those catch-22s you need. If you're going to go for some plays in the game of polo, you got to make sure you finish them, because if not, you'll get caught on a foul if you miss the ball. So this is a perfect example. So a great umpire challenge there is we had one umpire that was on the left side that was looking down. He had a better look than the one on the right, but they did see where the ball ended up. And it's a perfect play to check out the technology. So well done, guys, in the CTV Sports Studios there. And a big opportunity for Grand Champion Polo Club here to start off the sixth chucker. Here comes Artemio.
Figueres with a shot towards goal, and it's got enough juice to roll right on through. So Artemio Figueres scoring once again on a penalty to his fourth open goal of the day.
You got it. 5 goals on the day for young Artemio Figueres. A very strong showing here for the Grand Champions Polo Club in his first 12-goal game of 2023. But more importantly, like Steve said, 4 for 5 from the penalty line. That's good shooting.
Umpire Dorniak brings the players back towards the center. Crowder going to circle around the umpire, and all players must be 5 yards. And just going to check out, Jason Crowder's horse stumbled there for a minute. Just want to check it out. And Ben Shepard playing number 1. Jason Crowder playing number 4. Frankie Babao playing 2. And Jason Warren playing the number 3. And right now, here comes Martin Munoz. Hooked out of there by Crowder. And Crowder able to steal the ball. Swipe at it by Figueres. And that breaks up Crowder's play momentarily. But Jason Warren coming on through. Followed up by Crowder, and now Crowder taking that ball towards goal. He's got to get around Bellini, but tops that ball just a little bit. Nacho Figueres going to the whip, trying to get back over there towards that loose ball, just ahead of Jason Warren with a neck shot. Ben Shepard coming in there with Artemio Figueres. Now they break each other up right there, and now Frankie Bilbao coming back across the field. What a great neck shot there, but nobody on the offense to hit to. Figueres and Bellini both looking over their shoulders. And Bellini takes it back towards the inside where Bilbao has no play. Bellini sends it back down the center of the field, and we've got a whistle right there on the play.
Two players come together and just look like Bellini fired the ball. I don't know if he fell across the line on him, but that'll stop the clock with 5:51 to be precise. As we did a play, here's comes Bellini. Yeah, right there. You got a plane coming across, and he's going to block that ball. So they're going to go to center on it. Got to be careful when you're switching sides or when you switch sides. Timing play, I guess, there, Steve.
Yeah, we used to see that play a lot on knock-ins. And
yeah, we used to do it all the time. Actually, we were. I was trained to do that back in the day, to always jump across there, try to block that play, which was allowed back, but now, and I like that they took that out, not anymore for the defense side, but more for safety of the horse and the player.
Yeah, putting your own pony in there to block the shot, sometimes not a smart move. And remember, these ponies are, a lot of them are bred, fed, trained for polo, and they are part of a player's handicap.
You got it. A big part of it, as he said, we talked a lot about it being 75-80% of the game. Here we go, though, on the flow with 5:30 on the clock, 11-8.
Martin Munoz coming back to pick up that ball and turn it back towards the boards on the outside. Figueres and Bellini back behind him. He flicks it forward. Still on the ball. Told to leave it by Nacho. Nacho coming through. So does Ben Shepard. Ben Shepard coming in there and making a nice play. Gets a little piece of it, but Figueres able to pick it up. Up to son Artemio. Artemio with a cut shot towards goal. A little bit of a drag towards the side, but backed out of there by Crowder. Right over to Jason Warren. Warren right now all by himself momentarily as Nacho Figueres comes in and forces him to hit long. Bellini flicking it back over to the boards. Warren could have stayed right there with him. Bellini turning defense into offense and right underneath the legs of Jason Warren. And now Nacho Figueres coming in. Nacho going to the offside with a player on the line in front of Bilbao. So we'll go to center field for a penalty 5B in favor of Oriflamme.
Yeah, good read there by Crowder and Bilbao. They're going to turn up there, 2 players. But again, GCPC applying the pressure here. Bellini riding Automatica, I believe, this gray pony. And he gets a lot done on. Likes very comfortable. Likes to play this horse in the 5th or 6th chuck. But right there, you can see how that ball was going down the field. The red had the lesser angle. Nacho did not make a play on the ball. He was trying to get out of the way, but just a little bit too late there, too close for comfort. So they'll move it. And once again, this move's going to get moved to center field. So with 4:41 on the clock. Now, this is where I talk about those possessions and how you need the positive possessions. Let's see if Oriflamme can get it done.
Warren with the first shot downfield looking for Bilbao, and Bilbao, that ball does go on by, but it's going to be intercepted by Munoz, and now we've got a 2-on-1 situation right here. Munoz unable to keep it going, but Nacho comes through and pounds that ball back down the field, and there is Artemio. Artemio with a shot towards goal. We'd love to see him score this goal on the move right here, and that's exactly what he does from 3 to 2 to 1.
MVP today for GCPC, definitely going to Artemio on an A-rated at 0 goals. I mean, Artemio and that ball, that is a perfectly placed approach shot. Artemio Figueres, you can't hit it any better than that, my man. That ball actually was going on its own. If you watch the replay here, he did not need to touch it. Watch it. This ball would have carried by itself, I believe. Here it comes. Rolling, 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 rolling. And yeah, he didn't even need to touch it. So, que golazo, Artemio Figueres. And that will be number 6 for Artemio Figueres, as he has 4 penalty 2s and then 2 from the field, 1 in the first chucker and 1 in the 6th chucker. And then, as I said, the only one that he missed today was a penalty 3 in the first chucker, and it was actually the first shot of the game for him. So it's always a little tougher hitting that penalty 3 right at the beginning. But ice in his veins across the board. Great play. Playing very well.
Yes, he is. The only other player to score on that team is Nacho Figueres off of a penalty 4.
Yeah, he scored everything. He's played great. I mean, he's also, what I love about Artemio today also, is he's come back in the game. So showing you how well he's mounted. He is playing in the defensive area of the field too, and he's picked up 2 of the penalty shots that he made, or last one of that his father made, the penalty 4 that his father made. Artemio was the player that got fouled, and then he picked up another foul for himself, and Artemio's going to stay on the little chestnut mare, and I think that's a good call.
I agree.
I like this little horse too. He gets a lot done on it, so he's going to stay on it. Yes, sir. Nacho says, you know it, he goes stay on it. So everybody should be mounted up here, and this is where GCPC wants to make a run. 2 goals down, Steve. This is still, match is still not over with 3:57 on the clock.
A lot of time left on the clock. We saw 4 goals scored in 3 minutes the other day, so we know that's not an impossibility. And Gaston Dorniak gives the ball back to the players, and Ben Shepherd coming out of there, and now Artemio, we've mentioned his name a lot today, a little pass up to, trying to find Munoz, but ball deflected and picked up by Bellini. Juan Bellini with a line drive right up to Munoz, but Jason Crowder back there as well. He has to go to the offside with an opponent up front on the near side. Crowder taking it forward and now turns the ball back towards the center of the field. Munoz and Figueres coming in there, and Munoz, or is that Nacho Figueres right there, and that ball, no indication by the goal judge. And did we have a whistle on the play?
I guess must have stopped there because Nacho, he jumped out of there very quick. And Nacho, he switched up during the courtesy change. Let's see what happens. They come together. It looked like they don't look like they put it in the. Well, I thought it went the other way, but we'll see what they decide on this. It almost looked like they had a sandwich on the blue, but I guess they're going to call blocking now on the blue before that play. So penalty 5A, and away we go.
Warren over to Crowder, and Crowder checking down, and Crowder sets it up. Looking downfield, he's got Ben Shepherd, and he's got Frankie Bilbao downfield as well. Warren covered up by Artemio Figueres, and now Frankie Bilbao Up against the boards, Nacho Figueres comes back as well as does Bellini. That ball pops over the board, so we'll have a change of possession play. Right here, umpire counting down 8 seconds. Calls play, and everybody's on sides. Bellini quickly puts the ball back over towards the center, looking for Artemio Figueres, unable to get there. And now Crowder, almost unseated, but able to turn that ball back around and get away from Munoz. Now back over towards the center, looking for Jason Warren. Jason Warren checking down. Jason Crowder going to break back down the center of the field. Calling for the ball, and Warren with us, slapping that ball down the field, unable to reach Shepard. Jason Crowder comes in there, avoids the hook of Nacho Figueres, and taking the ball straight over to the corner. Able to turn it back towards the center of the field. Crowder now backed up by Shepard. Crowder still working it, though, towards goal. He's trying to navigate through players with a neck shot towards goal. That ball deflected off of a pony. And now Artemio on a roll right here. Artemio backed up by Nacho. Nacho with a shot over here to the boards. Frankie Bilbao coming in there quickly. Unable to make a play. Now Figueres. Figueres gets it off the boards with a full swing, and now trying to get it. Told to leave it by Bellini, and he takes a swing, fakes the shot anyhow. A great play right there between the number 3 and the number 4 for Grand Champions Polo Club. And now Bellini with a shot downfield to the right-hand side. He's got Munoz there as well as Jason. Warren is going to play a defense and back it out of there. Nacho Figueres comes back over to take the ball forward. Now the offside, then the near side, now the offside, turning the ball underneath his horse's neck. Bellini comes in for backup. Figueres leaves it for Bellini. Bellini with a shot right across the goal mouth, and Jason Warren there able to carry it further along towards the other corner. Jason Warren right here with a neck shot down the field, and Bellini hurrying quickly to get back and play defense, but Warren still on there with Artemio, and now Munoz going to pick up the ball. Unable to turn it back towards the boards, and Warren comes through there, but now Munoz back on the line, and he's got Nacho Figueres down front all by himself. Can he reach him? Munoz with a shot downfield. Jason Crowder coming in quickly. That window did not close. Jason Crowder bringing it back over here to the near corner on the west end of the field. Crowder turning it back. Crowder with a shot downfield. He's got Ben Shepard well out front, but Nacho Figueres with a little tail shot, which only Juan Bellini can pick up. There's our first horn, a shot back over to the center of the field. Here is the final chance for Artemio Figueres with a back shot in front of goal. What a nice back shot, and he completes it like threading a needle with a difficult angle and open back shot right there. So that's going to put him within 1 goal difference. So what an exciting game we've had here, Dale. Players shaking hands. This is the first game of the limited edition 12-goal series. And don't forget, we have the finals of our first 8-goal tournament, and that will be on Tuesday. The schedule coming out here for the rest of the 12-goal, and we'll give it to you here on CTV Sports. But right now, Dale, how did these two teams pair up here in the second half?
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Well, Artemio, I got to give, even though he lost today, I'm giving him MVP. 0-goal player, just a phenomenal game. Scored 7 goals, 11-10 on it, and it's going to go back and forth. I figured it's 17 shots to 15 shots, Oriflamme with a few more, so definitely a great second half for the Grand Champions Polo Club. Knock-ins went the same. It was 6 knock-ins for Grand Champions, and then 7 knock-ins for the Oriflamme team. So they took those, so they missed a goal one more time, but again, pretty even. Throw-ins. The Oriflamme team, they won 12, but remember, they were winning all the throw-ins in the first half, so the Grand Champions Polo Club played very strong in the second half, getting 8. Fouls committed, and this is where the Oriflamme team is going to have to watch out in this limited edition 12 goal with 13 fouls today. That's too many fouls for a team, so they need to work that out, clean that up a little bit, because you saw how well Artemio was shooting it, and his father was one for 2, and Artemio was 4 for 5. So you got to be careful. On the penalty went back, they scored 5 penalties. It's only 2 penalties scored by the Oriflamme team. Grand Champions doing a great job to not allow them to have those goal shot penalties. Remember, you can get in there and you can foul, you can give the opposing team those penalty 5 A's and B's, and that won't hurt you as much, even though they are possessions. But when you start giving teams 2s, 3s, and 4s, it can hurt you. And it showed you that young Artemio Figueres at 0 goals kept his team in the game at 0 goals with penalty shots and a few from the field. So, a very tight one at the end, but the Oriflamme team is going to go ahead and pick up our first 12-goal limited edition. So thank you for joining us here on CTV Sports. For Steve Lane, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone at CTV Sports, so I say thank you for making us the leaders of polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports that we love the polo.